that has rent stabilization, that has anti-tenant harassment policy.
Yes.
And today we'll have just cause for eviction. My opponent, Republican Ron Burnell, will tell you he represents change. What he fails to understand is that change started 4 years ago, and that the change he represents is the same old Republican ideas of yesteryear. The same old ideas that said it was fine to leave people out on the street in the cold if they were evicted. The same old ideas that said if someone wanted to use their power as a landlord, they could harass individuals until they eventually left their home. The same tired Republican ideas that said we could use any excuse to throw you out of your home. Well, Ron, change started 4 years ago, and it's going to continue on November 4th when we continue on our journey to continue to create change, structural change, fundamental change to move our city forward. My opponent, when he started his journey on this race, said that they wanted to infiltrate. Infiltrate. Here's how they're infiltrating. Gabriel Chu donated $1,000 to Ron Burnell. You know what Gabriel Chu represents? The raggedy strip malls in our community. He also represents the Republican Party. Ann Crescent, big RNC supporter who gave $50,000 to Donald Trump.
Call him out.
Shannon Crescent, $5,000 to Ron Burnell, and is one of the biggest Trump supporters you could find. Scott Dillinger, $1,000 to Ron Burnell, Republican, who supports Donald Trump. I got the whole list of MAGA Trump Republicans who are supporting Ron Burnell, who want to take us back to a 1940s America. Well, it was okay to take your rights away and stop the progress that we're seeing here today. Let me make myself very clear, Ron Burnell. We're not going back. He says he cares about your families. He doesn't when he's not here standing with your families, signing this proclamation and making sure that we stand with you, not against you. If you cared, you'd be here. It's that simple. But you know who's been here for the last 4 years? I've been with you for the last 4 years. I've been standing with you for the last 4 years, even when it was unpopular to stand with you for the last 4 years. Tamisha Storrs Walker has been standing with you. Monica Wilson has been standing with you. And in fairness, they told me I would never get a 3-0, that I would never get a 5-0 vote on this legislation today. We got it. So thank you, Lori Ogerchuk, and thank you, Mike Verbanica, for helping us bring together a bipartisan piece of legislation. And for those whack jobs on social media who don't know, who love to talk and don't know what the hell they're talking about, we, in the last 4 years, have produced a bipartisan agenda because 92% of the time, we all vote the same. 92% of the time. So, with that, it is with great honor that I, as part of this signing ceremony, present to 4 organizations and 1 individual that got us to this place today. I don't want there to be any confusion. Monica Wilson and myself have always supported these measures. At the end of the day, there are consequences to elections. We never had a 3-0 majority. We didn't. It was just the 2 of us. And for a long time, we fought for things that were unpopular, or we didn't say things about the things we wanted to do because we just didn't have the votes. I get the math. I know how this works. When I stood in front of the East County Real Estate Association, when I ran for city council the first time, they asked me about rent stabilization. And I looked at them and I said, I support rent stabilization. And I don't care if you support me or not. But the votes were never there. So no one person gets to take credit for what's happening here today. This is a collective effort, standing up for democratic values that we all believe and ascribe to and want to preserve in this city.